If you're experiencing anxiety in the workplace right now, there are two things you could consider that might actually really help you. Now, the first one is, where specifically are you doubting yourself? And is that self-doubt warranted or unwarranted? Now, warranted self-doubt is you do have skills gaps. You do have gaps in terms of your knowledge and your experience. And as a result of that, you may not be performing effectively in your role. And that is then feeding into the self-doubt. The solution to that is simply identifying where do you not feel confident in terms of those skills, that knowledge, that experience, and what is it that you can do to start to close those gaps. What are some of the resources or what are some of the conferences or training programs or whatever it might be? What are some of the things that you could do to start to close those gaps? When you see yourself closing those gaps and when you start to practice those skills and implement that knowledge, you'll start to notice that your self-doubt will naturally start to decrease and your confidence will come up. Unwarranted self-doubt is when you've got everything you need and you're performing really well in your job and your management are super happy with you, and yet there is still this underlying sense of I'm not good enough, I'm not doing enough. If that's the situation, then finding someone who can help you manage your thought processes around the dialogue that you're having with yourself on a day-to-day basis. Self-doubt is nothing but self-doubting self-dialogue. All of the thoughts that you're having in your head are telling you you're not good enough. And the only way to change that is by having thoughts in your head that tell you that you are good enough. And you've got plenty of evidence to show that. And it's up to you to then start to internalize that. The other side of anxiety is spending way too much time thinking about the future. So our mind will naturally react to the videos that we have playing in our mind. If you are imagining worst case scenarios such as getting fired, that is the video that your mind sees, and that is the video that the body then responds to. So to reduce some of the anxiety, it's really about making sure that you are living in the present moment and not in future worst case scenarios. I hope you found that useful. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you've got any tips or advice for anyone experiencing anxiety, again, please leave them in the comment section below.